Hello, hello, everybody. How's it going? Good to see a psychedelic funk. Mukia Mersu, Zilver, throws a hammer. Ristona. Hurtly whirly, baby tech. Retreat, retreat. That was indeed the Into the Breach soundtrack. Well identified. The Enhas, Tropius of Light. Sneaky Moses. Jubba Dumma. Fashion Nanas. Dozy Lion. Pamakako, welcome back. Jebsis, definitely are not avoiding your homework. I have spent many an evening not doing homework. So I relate deeply to this. Confusionismo, hello, hello. One-man army. Sneaky Teak. Life Rake. Have I tried any of the mod characters? I have tried so many mod characters. Generally you'll find me running modded stuff on Sundays for Fun Day Sunday. We haven't done any mods in a while. That has to do primarily with the beta branch of Spire, which is by and large a lot less compatible with mods than the stable version. But we've played well over a dozen different modded characters on stream at some point or another. Some favorites include Thornton and the Bard were two of the standouts that I can think of off the top of my head, but almost all the big ones have been checked out at some point.
Commander,
how's it going, Neta TV?
we just received the support of another council member.
Marissa is not one I've actually played. I saw Celerity play Marissa a bit, but I've not played her myself. Kelvin Southgate, thank you so much for that Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to the council. Enjoy the new emotes community and the newfound smug sense of superiority. Slimebound, a classic. I really enjoyed the Guardian mod by the creator of Slimebound. I thought that one was a completely fun experience and really liked it. Really, really liked it. I wish for infinite wishes. That was thoroughly degenerate. I hadn't even realized until that run started that it was possible to create infinite money in Spire under the right circumstances, but you can definitely do it with Wish. Disciple is pretty enjoyable, although truth be told, with the Watcher being a thing now, Disciple feels a little bit redundant. No criticism there whatsoever, but there is there's definitely some overlap there, and they're pretty distinct in a number of ways too. But there's maybe like a 20 to 30% overlap between what they do. A lot of the retained stuff in particular, like a card, Sands of Time in particular, is like straight out of Watcher Disciples card pool. When am I going to attempt A0 to A20 without a break/sleep/sanity? I like those three things, so going without is maybe not something I'm looking to do immediately. We do have a bit of a beta patch, mostly an art patch. A lot of the remaining Watcher cards got some art. And then they undid some of the relics graying out when they trigger their effect changes that they've been slowly implementing these over the past few weeks, and I guess based on feedback they've reversed some of them. I don't think this is all of them, but some of them no longer gray out, which I do personally appreciate, as I quite like my colorful relic bar personally. Let's look at some card art. Am I on the right save file? No. Can I give a shout out to voting? Oh, that's right, it's voting season. If you're in the US, I think local elections are usually happening around this time. And if you're of the politically minded sort, getting out and voting is definitely an important thing. There's a reason that a lot of countries make their democratic process compulsory to participate in. So heck yeah, get out there and vote. It's a big deal. It's got some new art today. Pressure points is new art. Is that the champ's armor? A little nondescript. What is having I like that one. Is that a JoJo reference? Almost looks like it might be one, with the stylism of it. But I think this is supposed to be the champ. It's really hard to tell. Protect got new art. I do like that. Still a few, Oh, that is the official art. Huh. Oh yeah, I remember Sash Whip, so good. Sash Whip, so good. Ooh, Rushdown. Beat the heck out of that sentry. Yeah, voting is an interesting look into human psychology. Where voting isn't mandatory, it is fairly rare that individuals participate in. For most of, like, just about every US election in history, I think, turnout for voters is less than half of all the eligible voters, which is quite a statement about how people feel about the political system, I think. And also a statement about the resources that we, how do I phrase this? It's often an onerous task to vote. Especially as a working class. If you're a working class individual in the US, it can be difficult. Even though, in theory, you're supposed to have a lot of protections and, like, dedicated time off to do this, but that is not always the case, unfortunately. Ooh, oh, I like the blasphemy art. Whoa. That's so purple. I love purple cards. And I really like this art. That is gorgeous. Deus Ex Machina has some sweet new art as well. Being pulled out of a well, or some sort of hole, by a green hand. Any other rare cards that got new art? Establishment did. Beautiful golden stamp. Blasphemy should be a Hawaiian pizza. Can always mod it to be that. Yeah, I think that's a good approach, Campscade. Like, if the voting process isn't held on a some sort of like reserved day or a day off, then you're already fighting an uphill battle to get people to come in. Not quite yet, Crygy. We're just looking at the new art for the Watcher, but we're also speculating now that Watcher has almost no. This is a really cool art too. Cool art for a cool card. Fear no evil. Spooky hand. But now that there's almost. Oh, that's so cool. That's a reference to the self-portrait by, oh, I'm gonna totally, not Dali, some other artist. There's a very famous self-portrait done in this style of a man, MC Escher, that's right. Asher did a very famous self-portrait of himself, reflected in a spherical object he was holding. So that's a pretty cool reference there. Hello there, Jamie Gray. Yeah, some totally gorgeous art. Very happy with it all, and I think someone said there's only one Watcher card remaining that does not have an official art. Not sure which card that is off the top of my head. Looks like Study? Yeah, it's Study. Study does not have an official art yet, but we're basically at a complete art set for Watcher, which does indicate that we're getting pretty close to the release for her. Why am I such a warm boy today? I'm a warm boy pretty much every day in the basement studio. The lo-fi beats to study to. The louse around to. We had some pretty good runs yesterday. Bit of a shorter oh, right. That's just from Sunday. That one. There we go. Had some pretty good runs yesterday. In particular, this double grand finale hovering kite run with Silent was pretty dang enjoyable. And I think we had like back-to-back Sacred Barks. Yeah, back-to-back Sacred Barks. Love me the double strength potions. These have been consistently and impressively powerful. How did the 300 free fights work? It was all fun and games until Awakened One showed up, Emereth. At which point we we didn't have quite, like, we almost beat Awakened One, but didn't quite. How do you make Grand Finale work? There are two reagents to a successful Grand Finale play, Quennels. And those two things are some sort of retain, some way to hold on to cards in your hand. This can be well-laid plans, it can be Runic Pyramid, and then a lot of card draw. This deck had tons of it. Acrobatics, backflips, escape plans, prepared, 2 prepared, 1 prepared plus. This allows you to consistently have Grand Finale in hand, and then draw cards until there are no more cards remaining in your draw pile. And once those two things are satisfied, you can play the Grand Finale and it'll kill everything. Not easy to do, but the payoff is so powerful that it's well worth doing if you can. It's also so powerful that it works pretty well even on high Ascension levels. It's just, really, this card is exceptionally punishing to mistakes. Miscount the number of cards in your draw pile, miscount how many draws you're going to have, fail to account for the fact that an enemy is adding a status card into your draw pile, and you'll find yourself completely unable to do the damage that you're hoping to do. Which makes it really tricky. Yeah, forget Ink Bottle. One time we had Ink Bottle and that definitely complicated. I certainly missed a finale here or there because of this. But if you can get the pieces in place, Finale is a very powerful card. But Prismatic Shard for a bunch of scry cards. That would definitely work. I have never done that myself, I don't think. But I would love to have Grand Finale on Watcher with this, with the scrying and the retaining and the Wrath stance for doubling the damage even. Watcher is just Mega Crit's way of buffing Prismatic Shard. It certainly feels like that. Watcher has been pretty wildly, or Prismatic Shard has been pretty wildly successful for me so far. Let me just double verify that I'm not going to mess up my ordering here. We've done it before. So we had Silent on Ascension 2. That means it is indeed time for Defect on Ascension 3 here on our ladder climb. Let's get started here. I'm eager to jump into some Spire. Getting a bit of a later start today, and that's okay. I'm happy to be here. Let's see, Curse Transform 2, Random Rare, 1 hit point enemies, or good old Random Boss Relic. 1 hit point enemies could result in a double Elite Snipe, potentially. So that's kind of exciting. Not even like that good. If I do the double Elite Snipe, I could then fight 2 more Elites. Do we want to try that? Like, even if I whiff the double, I'm almost assuredly getting 1 free Elite. On Ascension 3, the Elites are deadlier, so the value of the free Elites is higher in that we're saving more hit points. Let's try it. Let's try to snipe 2 Elites. See what happens here. Worst case scenario, we get some relics. Boop. Okay, colorless potion's kind of neat. Floor 1 defragment. Sure. Yeah, gain 1 focus, absolutely. Compared to 2 fairly conditional cards. It's not like it's defragment versus ball lightning, right? It's defragment versus recursion and turbo. It's pretty easy defrag choice, huh? Pretty easy defrag choice. You walk into a room to find a large hole in the ground. As you approach the hole, an enormous serpent creature appears from within. Terrified of the giant serpent that just came out of a huge hole, you run the heck away, but along the way, you pick up 175 gold and a curse. Amazing. Then, you find some disgusting looking goo with sharp objects in it. Obviously, you reach inside immediately and find a bag. Inside that bag, more ooze, but also cards. And those cards show up on turn 1. Walking further into the Spire, we encounter yet more ooze, and I think you already know that we have reached into it. We have also... Wow, we have 365 gold. That's 1 gold for every day in a year. And that's 2 free elites. And I guess we're going to 2 shops, too. Well now. Isn't that interesting? How many orb slots does 1 defect need? Hey, probs, we're continuing the streak from yesterday. We had a fresh start on yesterday's stream and managed 3 wins, so we're doing Ascension 3 today. 42. 144 gold buys us, of course, the most powerful relic, the boot. Probably going to get Runic Capacitor here, which starts each combat with 3 additional orb slots. Somewhat of a downside having this right at the start of the run. It makes it more difficult for us to evoke our orbs, but I am super interested in this given that we already have a source of focus in a defragment. And I am also super interested in having ways to fill up those orb slots, so something like a ball lightning is pretty exciting. So I'm thinking ball lightning, Runic Capacitor. We could afford a card removal in addition to that, but first I'm going to go to the next store. We're going snipe the elite, fight the elite. And I guess we're going to 3 stores this act. That's kind of a waste, but okay. Zip zoop. Potion Belt. Gives us 2 more potion slots and a Blessing of the Forge. Can upgrade everything in our hand. These aren't orb cards. I don't mind a Rip and Tear. Rip and Tear is a pretty solid early damage card, and we need to be a little more aggressive with our takes here because we're not going to get very many card picks this act. I'm okay with a Rip and Tear. It's just fine. Oh man, a Doom and Gloom. Deal 10 damage to all enemies. Channel a Dark Orb. Dark Orbs are not going to be very good for us. We have 6 orb slots, so it's really hard to evoke that Dark Orb. But at the same time, I do like Doom and Gloom a lot. There's also a Self-Repair here. The end of combat heals 7 hit points. That's a pretty good power, a lot of the time. Certainly here, I think, is where I'm going to remove our curse. Get rid of that. Leaving us with 124 gold to spend. Dreamcatcher for more cards? If I buy... I'm considering buying the self-repair, and if I do, I imagine we won't rest for the entire run. We may not end up resting for the entire run anyway. So I think at least on an Ascension 3, personally, I won't get much use out of Dreamcatcher. Though at higher difficulties, it's certainly got merit. It's not a bad relic by any means. Rebound could be good. Leap is looking nice just as a front-loaded block, which we need more of. I do like Leap quite a bit, actually. Can afford Leap and self-repair? No, that's 130 gold. Let's take the Leap then. Keep the rest for the third store. We'll have 3 elites worth of money. Elites drop an average of, I believe, 25 gold? No, 30 gold? Elites go drop between 25 and 35 gold, I think. We should have plenty. 1 free Gremlinab. Gives us an Orichalcum. Excellent, excellent early relic, especially on defect. If we end our turn without block, gain 6. And that's a consume. Gain 2 focus, lose 1 orb slot. I mean, we have plenty of orb slots. The other option is a barrage. Deal damage for each channeled orb, which we're going to have a lot of those, presumably. Gonna go with a consume. Still looking for a first roll. Oh my god. Okay, Data Disc starts us with a 1 focus. Sure. We have this many relics and we're only on floor 9. Yeah, what is this start? What is this start? That is the question. I could play Zap, but then you actually wake up. I'll wake him up. This Blessing of the Forge is very strong. Orichalcum blocks for us. 14 and then we win. Juzu Bracelet prevents us from encountering enemies in question mark rooms. We could take a fusion if we wanted more energy. Firstly, I would like Frost Orbs, please. I can also, instead of going to one more elite, we can end another shop. We can bank this way and grab a fire to get an upgrade. We are a couple of upgrades behind now. We'd like to upgrade our Consume. We'd like to upgrade our Defragment. We'd probably want to upgrade our Zap too. Or we could just get one more relic. Wondering if I want this hologram. Our health is a little bit on the low side. I think Slime Boss. Probably only want to go one in event the other way. We have only had one normal combat so far, so our next 2 combats are still from the easy pool fight. They'll be very easy to beat, and we'll get some easy card rewards. Where to those elites? Because we can buy the upgrades. Like where your head's at. Should be an easy elite fight, even if it is a Gremlin Knob, right? Probably. Card. Opportunity to lose a strike or opportunity to heal up. Pick the safer route, so I'll take the strike removal. Slam pick the barrage. I respect that. Respect the heck out of that. Let's see, currently dealing 9, then can make it deal 12 twice, is not guaranteed to kill either of them. 50-50. Cool. First free fight, yoink! Haha! Alrighty then, now we're all set. Now we have a glacier, now we can block forever. Frost Orbs plus Orichalcum is going to be massive passive block. Brilliant. Okay, good fight. Hologram, Streamline, White Noise. Is Glacier a good card? Jury's still out, I think. No one can ever really be sure if Glacier is a good card. I'm down for a White Noise. Add random powers to this. And we already have so much scaling. So much scaling. Poor Slime Boss. He'll never know what hit him. Slime Crush. Let's see, splits at 70, that's 20, yeah, that's plenty. Ah! I also have a buffer. Don't really want to split that one, but I don't really think I had a choice in the matter. We're not being attacked, so everything seems to be fine. Doc. With 5 9 damage lightning orbs, does it really even matter? The answer is no, it does not matter. G frickin' G Slime Boss. Buffer all for one creative AI. Let's see, all for one fetches back absolutely nothing, right? Correct. There's not a singular thing all for one will get us back. We have no zero cost cards currently, which means we probably want an energy relic from the boss. Or a Stecco Eye. Stecco Eye would be excellent? Yeah, Stecco Eye would be excellent. Creative AI can be a way for us to scale? I think we have that covered already. We need more front load. Ways to block immediately, ways to deal damage immediately. And I think a buffer does the best at that, letting us block big hits immediately while we're getting our defenses set up. Go with the buffer here. Oh my. Wait! Oh my god. Oh my sweet lord. That is so cool. Okay, so our options here. Black Star. Elites drop an additional relic when defeated. Pandora's Box transforms all our strikes and defends. Pandora's Box is traditionally excellent. And then Frozen Core, which replaces our starting relic. If we end our turn with any empty orb slots, channel one Frost Orb. Frozen Core normally struggles to be really good. It's only really excellent in situations where you have not enough orb generation to fill your orb slots quickly, and you can use those free orbs to scale up, which is exactly the situation we're in. This might be one of the better Frozen Cores I've ever seen, especially we have Runic Capacitor and Data Disk, so we already instantly have Focus. And we have a lot of additional orb slots. Yeah, often struggles to be better than Cracked Core, but today's the day in the sunlight, I think, for Frozen Core. And I am certainly going to be taking it here. How often do I get to say Frozen Core is a great pick? Not very often. Not very often. The other two options were pretty good, for the record. But I think that... Wow, we could have fought 4 elites, too. I think that Frozen Core will be a particularly cool brand. Cool. Particularly unique brand of excellent here. I think we can take a fairly aggressive path through our acts. Because of it. We're going to be getting 3 orbs every turn. Let's see. We go... Consume... 4 focus means the Froster blocks for 6. Okay, so I can go Consume and Zap. And then when I end turn, I block for 12. Because Orichalcum and Frozen Core generate 12 block out of nowhere. And I'm going to get an 18 block for free on this turn, too. Suddenly orbs. Yeah, this is feeling really good. Deck needs a little bit more energy, but is otherwise amazing here. Power pot's good stuff. Or orb generating cards. I'm down for another ball lightning, maybe? We don't necessarily need more orbs now that we have the Frozen Core. Getting more of them could be, in fact, detrimental in this bizarre way, but I do think we need more directed damage. I will take 1 more ball lightning. And I will remove 1 strike. We may remove Zap over a strike because of the Frozen Core. Do I think I could do the Ascension 1 to 20 climb quicker or slower with the defect compared to the Ironclad? I think it would definitely be slower. I think it would definitely be slower. Oh, I could remove Defend. That's a good call. As it's often better to just let Orichalcum do its thing. Or some kind of twisted sense to me. Purple Fire Spirits offer me a chance to remove a card. If we give them a rare card, we'll gain 10 max health. So we could lose Buffer to gain 10 max health, or I can just pitch another starter card. This deck is getting Mighty Thin, which is really nice. This is a strike. Beautiful. We can block so well. Kind of absurd. What's in the white noise? Hey, I was thinking there might be an electrodynamics in there. What a amazing coincidence. Honestly, more orb slots are fine now that we have a Frozen Core. There's no such thing as too many orbs. Lots. Right, Legacride? We were checking that out at the start of the stream. I think the new Blasphemy art is top tier. Tempest Plus? Well, no. We don't want to... Yeah, we want more orb slots. I don't mind a genetic algorithm either, but this capacitor is too juicy, I think. Too juicy. Ow. We'll block for 12, so this will block for 4 if I play buffer. Which is the same as playing defend. Also blocks for 4. I defend. 3 more block. Hold on. Oh, I'm miscalculating my own block this turn. We get 9 block. This is a block for 7. Yeah, I'll block for 7. Take 8. 8 is fine. And just like that, we're invincible. How's it going, roast beef? This run is definitely nutty already. Off of an Act 1 boss Frozen Core. We're getting some truly ridiculous things done here. And I think we just take every orb scaling power that we see, pretty much. Because we don't need to actually worry about channeling more orbs. We have that covered. We have that covered. Okay, kind of a scary turn 1. Looks like a reasonable opportunity for at least 1 potion use here. Yeah, 2 free elites definitely helped us get in here, that's for sure. That is definitely true. Can't help but notice that I cannot kill the sneaky gremlin on this turn, which is a little bit unfortunate. We are lacking in front-loaded damage. That's definitely a weakness of ours, and we need to keep that in mind, because it can be detrimental to our ability to beat Reptomancer later on. And a colorless potion here. Okay, well, that means I'm not taking damage, so that's pretty good. 3 buffers, too. He attacked again, though. We'll block for enough, actually, right? 36. No, we'll take 1 hit on the buffer here. My orbs are too strong. Times 3. Well, I'm already passively blocking for that much, so, you know, die, etc. Expression card gives us 1 additional card to choose from on all future card rewards. Another buffer, a rebound plus, and a sunder. I don't think I can take the nether buffer. We need more front-loader damage, as that fight just indicated to us. Upgraded Rebound is definitely nice for that. Sunder's not bad either. It's just a big old card we can drop on somebody's head. Especially in multi-enemy fights. Especially in the Slavers fight. Rebound can let us rebound consume, can let us rebound other damage cards. It's just 12 damage for 1 energy right now. I'm going to take that. I'll take it. Because we're low on energy, I'm going to upgrade my white noise to be free. This is probably where I use the liquid bronze. Nice capacitor stuff. Yeah, we'll use liquid bronze in this fight. Take 1 this turn? I'm okay with that. So the Book of Stabbing deals 7 additional damage every turn, but we do 7 additional block every turn. So I think we end up winning this, this escalation war. Poor Book of Stabbing. Never stood a chance. Ooh, shiny upgraded block cards. Steam Barrier Plus is okay. Be more good if we didn't have an Orichalcum. I wonder if we want to take Force Field with all these block cards, or all these power cards. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 powers already. Yeah, I'll take a Reaper. I'll take a Force Field. That seems good. Omamori negates our next 2 curses? Sure. We're not necessarily going to find any curses by the end of the run, but nice to have. Was our Act 1 boss relic? We chose Frozen Core. Submit. Every time we end our turn with an empty orb slot, we channel a Frost Orb, which has been doing wonders for us so far. We gain 5 focus, so 10 times 2. Plus 6. Yep, full block. Look at that. The Orichalcum is making this so much better. With so little block on board, we're just pulling it out of nowhere and full blocking every turn. It is beautiful and glorious. Yeah, it's a tricky one. We don't often see players with the Frozen Core, as it takes a special set of circumstances to be particularly useful. We just happened to have those circumstances. And so today is a lucky day. How's it going, Meltrick? I think this deck could get quite far on Ascension 20, as is. Like, I think if you put this deck up against Time Eater right now, it would probably beat Time Eater. Thinking about hologram. Thinking about a hologram here. Like a little bit thinking about Streamline too, but I'll take a hologram. A hologram and we'll fight the Triple Slavers. Sure, that'll go fine. Not in fact fine. This may be a situation where we use a potion or 2. Thinking the Blessing of the Forge and the Energy Potion might be good. We could also use the Power Potion if we wanted to. That would make Force Field cheaper. I say. Missed a Thor run. Yeah, that was how we rounded out Sunday. Was with a Thor run. See, if we just end a turn, we gain 9 block. Very much block, huh? Really want to rebound the ball lightning? Yeah, we need to rebound the ball lightning. We need to do directed damage to the Red Slaver. I'm going to use my Power Potion here. Okay, I'll take an Echo Form. Sure. Sounds good to me. By Force Field. Like a fair bit less. I can buffer force field? No, I can't. Certainly we do this. You know what? This is fine. Like, we're not going to take much more damage for the rest of the act anyway. We can afford to use some of these hit points. I believe. Whatever card I cast is going to get doubled. I can double Ball Lightning and then strike to KO Mr. Red Slaver here. And we passively block for enough. Cool. Wait, yeah, it's fine. Perfect. I did like double consume there. It just works out better though. God, we get so ridiculous so quickly. This is what, turn 3 we do this? Seems a little unfair, doesn't it? Frozen Egg. Any powers we add from now on are upgraded, so this Storm would be upgraded. There's a Barrage here. That's pretty dang good. Deal 6 damage for each channeled orb. Quickly becomes a lot of damage. Though it's not a very good card on turn 1. Still gonna take it. A good way for us to scale up our damage, I think. We're gonna upgrade our Buffair. We shouldn't have a problem against another Book of Stabbing. Quite happy to see another Book of Stabbing, quite frankly. Yeah, there's that turn 1, turn 1 Barrage that we don't want. Don't mind me, just casual 10 focus. Sorry, 12 focus. Alright, good fight, book. Pantograph. Start a boss combat, heal 25. That's a loot plus. Start of your turn, trigger the passive ability of your next orb 2 times, or a multicast, which would let us evoke our front orb, and therefore get another frost orb to replace it. Multicast is a neat way to do scaling here. Just more scaling powers, please. Gonna be another power in the shop, too. Defrag plus. Oh, boy. Okay, hold on. Oh. Oh, this shop. Oh, my. Oh, the options here. So, there's an Apotheosis. There's a Toxic Egg. Kind of comparable in what they do. Apotheosis upgrades every card in the deck. There's a Defragment Plus. There's an Ori, which says upon pickup, choose and add 5 cards to the deck. There's an Entropic Brew. Fill all of our empty potion slots with random potions, bearing in mind we have 5 of those things, so this could be 5 potions in 1 potion slot here. Seems like a pretty good run. Loot Plus is going to turn off Orichalcum like all the time. That's okay. I only really need the Orichalcum on turn 1 most of the time. The 78 gold potion is a duplication potion, which plays our next card twice. Statican. Can I please have these stores in my runs? So much to digest here, and so little money. I'm definitely going to take the Entropic Brew, I'm definitely going to take the Defrag. What does that leave us with? Enough to buy an Ori? But not enough for an Apotheosis? Alright, let's take an Ori. Oh yeah, we have question card too, so this is an extra good Ori. Let's see what's in here. Leap plus, Chaos plus. Handle 2 random orbs, that's kind of cute. The Barrage plus. Charge Battery plus is some decent front-loaded block. Blizzard, ooh, that's kind of spicy, huh? Be surprised at... Ooh, how about that? Creative AI plus. Start your turn, add a random power card into your hand. Not that we really need it. In fact, we really don't need it, huh? We already have all the good powers. Blizzard deals shockingly little damage. Let's say turn 1 we draw Glacier. And we have a free orb slot available every turn. On turn 3, Blizzard will do 10 damage to all enemies. Under ideal conditions. It's actually like the best it could possibly do. On turn 3. And once we fill all of our orb slots, we're not actually channeling too many more. The battery plus. Could take 2 chaos pluses, that'd be kind of neat. That leap too. I think we're okay block-wise with the charge battery. Yeah, if I take the chill... Okay, if I take the chill, the Blizzard gets a lot better. Like, a lot better. Way better. Do I want Chaos Plus? Do I want anything other than Frost and Lightning Orbs? I don't think that I do. Bring along regardless out of pure love. So that's a tank I can respect. Taking none of this. That's my take. None. None of the above, please. Let's see here. 18, 7, 7, 32. Only block for 20 if I defrag. Whereas if I Glacier, I'll block for 27. Still not enough. See you later, nerd. How's it going, Shelly Bean? I am Cozy AF. Having a great time today. Happy to be here. Yeah, good fight. GG has been called on Collector. Looking at the board, good sir, I can't say I blame them. You appear to be very die. Would I take Mummy Hand over any boss relic here? Yeah, I would, I think. Yes, I would. It's a way to fill up our orb slots. A rainbow. What if we don't want that either? Like, we don't kind of want orb generating cards that much? How important is orb cycling, though? Orb cycling seems pretty strong, actually. Orb cycling seems immensely strong, in fact. Maybe I should have taken those chaoses. A rainbow here. Our 3 options are Nuclear Battery, Channel a Plasma at the start of combat, Reek Dome, gain an extra energy but can't see what enemies are doing, or a Coffee Dripper, gain an extra energy but we can't rest. Already have a Pantograph, and I don't think we need to rest anyway, so pretty easy dripper here. Pretty easy dripper here. Battery wasn't too bad either. Though I don't see the need to dedicate an orb slot to generating energy. We're putting those to good... Man, Blackstar would have been so good. Blackstar would have been ridic. Took your small little kittens to the vet for some shots, but turns out they're not as small as you remembered, so now they're 10 pounds each. You like carried them to the vet? 10 pounds doesn't sound like a lot, but a 10-pound cat is heavy. Cats are heavy creatures when they are being uncooperative, especially. Do we maybe want a recursion? Recursion's kind of nice in this deck. It's essentially more orb cycling, and it's of the orbs that we have, exactly. Take that. Begin to fall. Honestly, Leap? Leap can go. I'm okay with Leap going. Rebound is also kind of unnecessary at this point. There's not too many things we care to rebound other than consume. How many upgrades do I have available? If I go the 4 elite route, I get 2 more. Sorry, 1 more. And I'm going to spend that upgrade on... Doesn't need to be on recursion, probably on like hologram. Would be my take. What's the rebound here? Who's the rebound here? That's a very strong turn 1. Coffee Dripper Self-Repair Plus is usually a thing that's good, but I quite frankly think we don't need it. There's nothing to repair, because we're not taking any damage. Could get a removal at the store. I don't think I'm going to bother. We have a Juzu Bracelet and a Momori, so these question marks are pretty valuable. Could get 999 gold in one of them, even. It's force field value. That's potentially true. Sure, I'll take a heal. Remove a card from your deck. Right. But I would have done in the shop anyway. Oh. Now let the scaling begin. Sure, we can quite easily outblock this nerd forever. Your giant head. Or Surge could give us an artifact, which I could then use to gain 5 strength, if nothing else. Could also potentially block Vulnerable on the Heart. I'm down. And if we're really lucky, it gives me like a free bias cog or something. Or something. The hollow upgrade here. Alright, the Dreaded Reptomancer is one of the few things that can potentially threaten us here. It's a really good Blessing of the Forge. It makes both Zap and Recursion free. Why not upgrade the Rainbow? Don't think we're going to need to cast it more than once most of the time. Maybe in the Heart fight I'll want to cast it a second time. Buffer might have been a good idea. All's well. Hologramming dual cast the best I can do. Hologram buffer. We just block. Dual cast generates an additional 24 block. We would have 27 plus 24 plus... that's enough. $39 plus 27 is 66. We have full block, so I can Core Surge here. Oh, I took 2. Close enough. Close enough. Good fight, Reptomancer. We get ourselves a strike dummy. Makes our 1 strike do 3 additional damage. My god. That's so much damage. Could take a Storm or a Barrage here if we wanted more damage output. I think we're okay, though. I think we're okay. Let's get some more relics, shall we? 70 gold is nice. Giant Head, the rematch. Say so, Giant Head. You say so. One. $48 blocks, we're good. Oh, if you're asking about, Miltonoid is asking, you're asking, does Thunderstrike get plus damage on each hit? If you're talking about from the Strike Dummy, then yes, the Strike Dummy increases the damage of Thunderstrike by 3 per hit. If you're asking about slow value, then what the answer Huffington gave is right. But for a strength dummy, yes. Every hit gets bonused. It's really the strength dummy that took us over the top to beating the heart. Not the tungsten rod. No, that only prevents us from losing health when we would... Only makes us take one less damage whenever we would lose hit points. We want a static discharge? Just as, like, backup against the heart? Yes, I do. Static discharge says, whenever you take unblocked attack damage, channel 2 lightning, we will almost assuredly never get value out of this card, but I'm taking it as an insurance policy. Good old Entangle. Alright, 24 plus 6. That is not enough block. Won't even be enough with Rainbow here to prevent all the damage. Unfortunate. By recursion and then dual cast, I get 18, 30, 36. That is enough. That does it. Just put us one orb behind for this turn, but whatever. Storm would be pretty good in this deck, huh? I see another Storm, I'll take it. I would go for the eyes. Go for the eyes would be great if we can get through Artifact, which I don't think we can do, unfortunately. It's a valid point where we are currently relying on a fairly delicate balance between our lightning and our frost orb generation, which we don't have a lot of control over, the frost orb generation. We don't have a lot of ability to remove our orbs. Good job, Buffer. Blocked like the one really important hit to block. I haven't gotten a whole lot of use out of Buffer, but that one certainly justifies its inclusion in the deck. Would some Cool Headed be good in the deck if we wanted a way to regenerate our Frost Orbs? Yes. Otherwise, they really don't do a whole lot. We have Frost Orbs being generated already. So a lot of the time we're just set. Zoop. Hair is great, more max health is always welcomed. And I think a multicast is most excellent. Evoke our next orb X times. That gives us another way to generate Frost Orbs. And is a pretty powerful card besides. Here's our Mind Bloom. We can fight a boss to get a rare relic. Or we can upgrade all of our cards. There's quite a few cards that benefit from being upgraded here. Or we can heal to full. And block the curse. It'd be nice to get multicast and rainbow and not that many cards to upgrade, truthfully. There's a few. I wonder how good that rare relic is. Antigraph too, alright. The fight. Mummy Hand rare. Mummy Hand is an uncommon relic. So it is not rare now. The rematch against Slime Boss. The man that gave us our Frozen Core. So I'm going to be dueling 11 times 2... Exactly 70? Exactly 70. Works for me. Definitely don't need a good split to beat the slime boss here. Rest in pieces, slime friend. Duvudal, for each curse in our deck, start combat with 1 strength. You have no curses. Thanks, Duvudal. Genetic algorithm just in time. On the 47th floor. Perfect. Okay. We have a Dex potion? We have a Dex potion. We really don't need to upgrade all as long as we have a Blessing of the Forge, huh? So I'm probably drinking some of this on turn 1. I want a hologram. Not particularly. There's really nothing to return. All of our best cards are powers. Skipped 2 creative AI. I did. They felt unnecessary, by and large. It is a little bit odd that you can get a genetic algorithm off of something like a skill potion. It feels like it defeats the point of the card, but it also feels at the same time no different from like Searing Blow, which you can get in similar circumstances. Ooh, Focus Pot is very good. Alright, we'll use a Flex Pot. We'll give up on that idea. But one more Ball Lightning, actually. Yes. More Ball Lightning. Grab our recall here. And onward. To the Donu and Decker fight. Looks like I am taking a little bit of damage here on turn 1. Actually, I don't have to. No, I do have to. Even in Defend Hologram Defend is not good enough. That's fine. That is fine. That is what I'm gonna do. Take a 1, I think. Yeah, take a 1. Tungsten Rod. And then I blocked. Hello world, I'm down. They pin nibbed barrage. Whew. Is also spicy. Our goal is to get the Dark Orb in front. We have a loop, so this Dark Orb will grow very quickly, and we have a multicast. I guess I can get it into the front with the multicast. Hologram can get it back. Cool. Excellent. Now I wait. Is there any difference if you kill one of them first? Yes, El Pollo Batman. There is a generally a priority targeting in this fight. You generally want to go for Donu first. Donu buffs strength on both Deka and itself every turn, or every other turn. Whereas Deka provides block to the both of them and adds Dazed into your discard pile, so you get statuses. If Donu is dead, then Deka's damage will not increase over time. And as long as you can block for a certain amount, then you'll win. Whereas Donu will continue to scale up in damage if Deka is taken out. And depending on your exact deck, killing one or the other may be better, but in 90% of circumstances, it's just better to stop the damage scaling from Donu. GG. To thump, a deep pulsing dread can be felt throughout the room. Is this the heart of the Spire? The source of this evil? 1212. Good year. Is I gonna upgrade Rainbow? Either Rainbow or Multicaster probably get upgrades. I'm gonna upgrade Rainbow. On purpose. Then we can get the other one upgraded with the Blessing of the Forge, potentially. Although I'm likely to just chug everything on turn 1 so that I can down this Entropic Brew. Oh. Wow. Okay then. As if I wasn't strong enough. Orange pellets and gold-plated cables are both here. Orange pellet says whenever you play a power attack and a skill in the same turn, remove all your debuffs. And cables say your rightmost orb triggers its passive 1 additional time. Could also take a Lizard Tail, heal to half health when we would die. A couple of decent potions. Buy a card removal, discovery, static discharge. I think I just take the 2 relics. Gold-plated cables, orange pellets. Get them both. And now our orbs are unstoppable. Tail was a boss relic. It is on the main branch, Life Rake, but one of the current changes on the beta branch is that we're trying out Lizard Tail as a rare relic. Ori is also a shop relic instead of a boss relic. Eternal Feather is an uncommon, and White Beast Statue is an uncommon. Those four relics have been moved out of the boss relic pool on the beta branch. Tiny House is still a boss relic. Same as ever. Looks like we're taking a little bit of damage here. That's fine, we have a pantograph. As for me, I don't want to turn around. Quite likely that I don't draw the ability to turn around next turn, although I can... Yeah. Ooh, I didn't want to have the lightning orb out in front. Oh well. Times 4. Recursion into buffer? Yeah, recursion into buffer. I just casually block that. Wristblade did get buffed. Yep, it is 1 point stronger than before. Oh no, my strength is reduced. How unfortunate. Am I blocking for enough? Yes. Zap that nerd. Immediately. Alright, good fight. Anchor gives us 10 block on turn 1, which is completely irrelevant against the heart for this deck. So, oh well. That's alright. Hello World is an option here. Serve our turn and a random common card to our hand. I don't like that, actually. Gives us more stuff we can do against heart. Or we can just keep the current set of stuff. Could pick up another discharge as well. Block the Beat of Death. It's true, but the Tungsten Rod would prevent the Beat of Death from harming us anyway. I guess it could let us carry over a buffer, maybe. So there's some potential use there. We'll pass on the Hello World. We'll pass on the Hello World. Yeah, I think I am just gonna chug everything. Barrier Bottle's nice. If we would die, heal to 30% health instead. Take a creative AI. See, we skipped 2 creative AIs and we didn't even need them because we got one for free in the hard fight. Works for me. Gonna fear pot you too, because we're gonna hit you pretty hard. Yeah, there's no way we're not playing those. So become vulnerable, frail, and weakened. If I can play a power attack and a skill on this turn, and I can, then I can remove all these debuffs. It's good times. Power. Attack. Skill. And all those debuffs wear off. I mean, how much damage do I actually take? If I just end turn, I take exactly... Wait, no, I take exactly 0 damage. Never mind, we can play this Echo Form for free. Okay, then. Boop.
Commander, one of our most valued supporters, says continued support of the XCOM project.
Rickin80, thank you so much for those 40 heckin' months of Twitch Prime support. That is an awful long time. Take 0 indeed. So here's where we start dual casting rainbows to just evoke so many orbs. So many orbs. Would you look at that? The heart's almost dead. Let's see what's in the colorless pot? Sure. That's actually a good idea. I'd like to drink it just to get a better evaluation of how good colorless potions are. This one would have been Master Strategy, Jack of all Trades, or Flash of Steel. Okay, so this ended up being a Swift Potion as the best option. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, it can multicast. Well, that's pretty good, hey? Boop. You can Echo Form an Echo Form. You can indeed. And you can burst a burst. But you can't double tap a double tap. Seems unfair, really, when you think about it. GG. thoroughly enjoyable run, taking heavy advantage of the frozen core. Yeah, we almost lost a hit point. We might have had to use our Farina bottle if that had gone on any longer. You can omniscience and omniscience. Is true. Has it been done? Spire sleeps. So shall I. No, not yet. It's Iron Dad time. Ascension 4 says bosses are deadlier. All bosses do a little bit more damage with their attacks. This is when the heart starts doing the times 15 attack. This is when... Hold on one sec. Bring your hair. Whoop. This is when Bronze Automaton's Hyper Beam starts hitting for 5 more. A lot of bosses will buff strength more aggressively or more quickly as well. Champ and Bronze Automaton, in particular, gain strength a lot faster, and that makes the timer on those fights quite a bit shorter. I love me some 250 gold starts. I love 250 gold starts. All the joy of a boss relic start, or no, all the joy of a rare relic start, excuse me, but with more options usually. That said, our pathing does not particularly well support a 250 gold start. There's an early shop here, but if we take it, then our pathing is pretty thoroughly mediocre. We only get 2 elites and 1 fire, at best. Whereas if we don't go to an early shop, we can hit 2 elites and 3 fires. Could do that into a late shop with the 250 gold. We can expect to survive the early Act 1 with some damage taken already. I think we can manage that. Then when we hit this door, we'll be filthy, filthy rich. Could go for a different starting bonus instead. Boss relics are just fine on Ironclad. Max health and transform are also totally fine. But I think on Ascension 4 I can probably get away with being a little bit greedier here. We don't have an Ascender's Bane or anything of the sort. And I can probably heal up in a lot of these early combats. So why don't we do that? Or fire Thule route on this side. Can hit a shop though. Yeah, we'll go for the go for gold. Start out here. If the Spike Slime's debuffing you on turn 1, I usually say go for the kill on it. You can often prevent like a 10 damage attack. In this case, we actually take damage by killing it, so we end up in a weird situation where we want to do this. Okay. Hard to prevent 1 damage. That worked out. Weird. Okay. Heavy Blade, Flex, Pummel Strike. Of these 3, Pummel Strike is definitely the best off the bat. Deal 9 damage for 1 energy and helps cycle the deck a bit. Flex is not bad. By any means, I would actually take a Flex next after a Pummel Strike. But I do like the card draw first. And without Strength, Heavy Blade is pretty mediocre. Oh, somebody was asking me about the 2-cost attack price points for Ironclad. I was totally forgetting in that comparison about Heavy Blade before you get your Strength in play. It only does 14. Sever Soul being the comparison point. Sever Soul does more than that by just a little bit. So there are worse 2 energy cards than Sever Soul for the damage, was essentially the question being offered. What's the chance of being offered an upgraded card on floor 1? 0%, Dr. Zoidi. Upgraded cards are 25% per card in Act 2 and 50% per card in Act 3. And then above Ascension, I think 11? I don't think that's... like Ascension 13 or something. Whatever Ascension reduces the rate of upgraded cards, it's half chance above that. So, 25% in Act 2 and... 25% in Act 3 and 12.5% in Act 2. Shockwave, Shrug, or True Grit? Love me an early Shockwave. Yeah, love me an early Shockwave. Shrug was pretty good there too. Don't want 2 more combats. We'll take the 3 question marks. Max health is great. Upgrades are great. Shockwave and Strike get upgraded. And card removals are great. We can purge 1 Strike. Actually, with an upgraded Shockwave, do I remove Bash? I think I remove Bash. Yeah, Bash is too vulnerable, is so insignificant compared to Shockwave. And the damage of Bash is pretty thoroughly uninteresting. 8 damage for 2 energy is not a lot. These are not the most powerful cards. Are we sure we're going to be okay against an elite? Don't have to fight that elite. I mean, we do just fine against Gremlinob. Just recall. Great Pummel Strike here. I think that's a totally fine upgrade. And I'm gonna... without potions is a little sketchy. I'm gonna do this fight anyway. Might hurt a bit. If I manage to die here, I will be very embarrassed. KO next turn, right? Yeah, okay, not too bad. Definitely painful. Skirting the line a little bit here. Basically just strikes and vulnerable and weaken. That's all we needed there. Brittle Blade puts a random attack into our hand. Armaments gives us an upgrade. Fighting Hexaghost, we do need a lot more damage than this. We have to complicate this deck fairly quickly here. But we do have a sweet shop coming up. I'll take an Infernal Blade. It's damage of some kind. Not sure what kind. It's kind. And then he died to Jawworm. How's it going, First Dane? Good to see you. Echo Oil's pretty good. Feel No Pain's pretty good. Feel No Pain pairs with both Shockwave and Infernal Blade to give block. And, you know, it scales with so many other things Ironclad does. So many. I think I Feel No Pain pretty happily. What's in the box? The blue candle. Says I can now play my curse cards. You know, I was hoping for maybe a more impactful relic than that. There's a blue key in this chest. Amazing. Wonderful. Incredible. What are the odds that I'm gonna get strong enough to fight an elite and then Hexaghost without resting? Probably not very high, right? Doesn't feel very high. Maybe if I upgrade Infernal Blade. should rest here, just to be sure. I think most of the time, maybe like 70 to 80% of the time, if I choose not to rest, this goes fine. But there's a small chance it doesn't go fine. So I will rest. One damage short. Good. I can play everything though, so whatever. Bonk. Rupture, Clash, Havoc. Not a fan? Could take Havoc because of the Feel No Pain, mainly. I am super bundled here. I am very comfy. Could take the Clash, kind of. I don't think we can play it some of the time, though. Rupture does work with Blue Candle, yes. Reginald's Ghost. My main problem here is that I'm looking for cards that will allow me to beat Hexaghost. And choosing a Clash for the purpose of fighting Hexaghost is a little concerning. A little bit concerning. Guess I'll take a Havoc. If it destroys my damage cards, though, I might actually just lose. That's not very good, huh? Maybe if we're lucky, we'll find a medical kit in the store. Strikes and Shockwave is enough to beat Hexaghost, right? Alright, I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna take I'm gonna prioritize a fight over a question mark, because we gotta find some damage cards here. Immediately. Immediately, I say. Neat. Neat-ish. Casually take 15 damage to this. I could have maybe used the Secco Oil there, but ow. Damage. Attack Potion. That could be damage. And Headbutt is kind of like damage, in that it literally does damage. And it can also return our most important damage card into our, onto the top of the deck. So I'll take a Headbutt here. And we're one Rampage away from, like, decisively winning the Hexaghost fight. Wild Strike was potentially an option there, too. Something to be upgraded. Oh my god. Lex Limit Break. Interesting. Might have been better not to rest for a lower big attack. Potentially, Firex. My main concern was that a combination of the hallway fight and the elite that I'm going to fight, if things go really poorly, I could die to that by not resting. That's a, like, bottom 10% worst case scenario, but still something to be aware of. On a low ascension run like this, an outlier result like that is the thing most likely to kill me. It's relatively easy to get strong enough to beat the heart by the end on this ascension level, so we're not too worried about. We don't have to make as high risk plays as usual. Like the odds that one upgrade is the difference between a winning and a losing run is very, very low. And so the rest just seems like the safer call. My line of thinking, anyway. Kunai limit break. An interesting idea. If we'd taken the Havoc, I would be all over this Frozen Eye. It's hard not to want a limit break, that's for sure. Flex is the only damage scaling, the only way to gain strength to go with it is a little awkward. That's for sure. But could potentially work. And a Flex is not bad in this deck besides. So I'm pretty okay buying both Flex and Limit Break, and Whirlwind. And we have the money for all of that. Kunai is a little bit difficult to use here. Every time we play 3 attacks in 1 turn, gain a dex is... it's okay. Magnetism could be legit good, too. Beanfire is, of course, an excellent, excellent card. There's a lot of rare cards in this store. Could take Berserk to gain additional energy. Berserk alongside Whirlwind wouldn't be the worst thing. This is like almost early enough that Ceramic Fish would pay for itself. Almost. Wonder what Ceramic Fish would have to cost before I'd be willing to buy it here. Probably at 100 gold I would buy it. Yeah, we have 500 gold, so we get to do plenty here. No, not 50 gold. It would pay for 9 gold per card. I would buy 3, buy 3 cards. It would already almost instantly pay for itself. So we would buy it at higher than 50. Oh. 17 cards to make a profit. We will add 17 cards, but then we've like loaned out 148 gold from the beginning of the run to the end of the run. For you have to give me more than that. Like you have to get big returns for that to be worth it. Definitely buying that. Definitely buying this. Magnetism potentially oddly useful here. How do I feel about a finesse? Not great. Not great. I think I remove a strike before I remove a pen in the current deck. Oh, we have a... oh yeah, I am taking that Fiendfire. I didn't... yeah, we have a Feel No Pain. Super buying a Fiendfire and Flex and removing a strike. Yeah, we just take everything. Take 4 cards and a card removal. Good stuff. Good stuff. Look, easy game. 2 permanent strength. Easiest game I've ever played. Free uppercut. But I want to play Shockwave to start. And I didn't draw a Shockwave. Damn it. And then I didn't. Rude. How dare you. So we've got Defend Shockwave. Why not make it... just headbutt a strike. Don't draw it. Not happy about not drawing this Shockwave on an earlier turn. That's definitely a bottom start. I might have wanted to use my Snecko Oil there, actually. Sunday run with a Ceramic Fish start. Be kind of fun. Getting kind of pulverized by this enemy. 13 times over. Should be lethal next turn. Actually drop frames. Not the weird bitrate thing we've been having problems with, but actually I did drop frames. Fascinating. Oh hey, meat on the bone. If our hit points are at or below half at the end of combat, heal 12. That was super worth it. And also super worth it is an Inflame here. Because that gives us permanent strength that Limit Break can double. Brilliant. Second Whirlwind was pretty enticing as well, but we gotta get the strength first. Alright, now Hexaghost is toast. Hexa toast. Toast a ghost. Breakfast toast. Toast. Why not upgrade Limit Break over the Inflame? We're only gonna need 6 strength. Plus, we're not likely to, especially when we draw the Limit Break first, we would need to play Limit Break at least twice for it to be better. And the fight I don't think will last long enough. I don't usually value the Limit Break upgrade very much. But the Pulse Strike. Guess we're technically being attacked this turn, but I don't much care. Okay, so that was the first Limit Break play, and we're already halfway done with the fight. Granted, we got it out about as slowly as possible. And then we win. GG. Wait, hold on. There's also a Reaper here. Where's my victory music, game? What's up? Why have I been denied the fanfare? Our options here are second Limit Break or Reaper. Or another Fiendfire, which is pretty good too. Meat on the Bone is indeed arguably enough healing to sustain us for now. Second Limit Break lets us shoot our strength kind of into the stratosphere once we get inflamed down. See that limit. Oh my. These options are pretty swanky. Black Blood. Heal 12 at the end of each combat for maximum healing. Or we could take additional energy with Busted Crown, gain an energy at the start of our turn, but future card rewards have 2 less cards to choose from. Or Pandora's Box, transform all of our strikes. Bends. Do like Pandora's as a general rule. We lose 1 upgraded strike, but that's okay. 4 energy would go a long way in making this deck, like, super playable, but Busted Crown's a little difficult to justify with the deck this incomplete. We do need, well, hold on. Do we actually need much more than this? Like, Pandora's Glitch is the best maneuver here. Black Blood has been buffed on the beta branch, yes, Beyond Essen. In the main branch it is still 10. But here on beta, it's been buffed to 12. Slight buff to it. It kind of Busted Crown almost feels hilarious. This is the kind of deck that just goes to like 8,000 strength. We have a Headbutt and 2 Limit Breaks. Deck wants to get small. Although Pandora's could really help that. Pandora's. Oh yeah, that was definitely correct. That was definitely correct. Oh my. Welp. That's strong. So Pandora's Glitch is a glitch you can do when you're on this screen. At the current moment, what Pandora's does functionally is remove all of our strikes and defends. If we look at our deck screen, we see all of the cards in the deck that are not strikes and defends. These new cards have not been added yet. When we click confirm, all of these are going to be added to the deck, but there's a way to glitch the game in such a way that they don't enter the deck, and we just leave with the deck in this state, and have functionally removed all of our strikes and defends. I don't want to do that, because I really want 2 Feel No Pains and a Corruption. And a Feed. And Pummel with 2 Limit Breaks. And, yeah, this is good. We have 2 Infernal Blades. Yeah, the Corruption really brings this deck together. Whenever skills cost 0, whenever we play a skill, exhaust it. Another reason to have not really cared about upgrading Limit Break is the potential for Corruption to come into play. A third reason is because we have Feel No Pain, right? And if we upgrade Limit Break, it stops giving us block when we play it. There's a lot of reasons not to want it at the moment. How does Pandora's interact with Ceramic Fish? I believe that would have given me what we call in the industry a butt ton of money. Someone asked exactly how the glitch is performed. Okay, now that I'm no longer on the screen, because I would have definitely done it by accident in trying to demonstrate it. So when you're looking at the cards from the Pandoras, pretend we're still on that screen, click Abandon Run. I'm not kidding here, and then hit Escape twice, and it'll exit out of the card reward screen, and you can proceed. So I believe we are effectively immortal now, because our deck is so overpowered that everything will tremble before us. See if that's true. Does not appear to be true. In fact, it looks like I'm about to take a ton of damage on turn 1 here. Why is my deck not OP yet? Demand answers. Throw this at you. Shit, forgot I had that. That's unfortunate. Take my money back, though. Sword Boomerang Plus. Deal 3 damage to a random enemy 4 times. Tempting. Pretty good strength scaling attack. Also pretty good, though, is an armaments. This is upgraded, though. I'm going to take the Sword Boomerang because it's a free upgraded card. Roll the dice here. We can go to a shop and remove the curse if we get one. And it's a free relic. Tiny chest. Every 4th question mark room is a treasure room. I feel like I've been bamboozled a little bit here. Just a little bit bamboozled. Shrug with a corruption is very yes. Havoc is pretty dang good in this deck too. Havoc is extremely dang good. It tells me we're not going to feed a whole lot on this one. Concerned Boomerang? I'll take a Warcry instead. With 2 Feel No Pains, Warcry Plus is reliable block. This one is on a diet. No feeding allowed. Oof. Skill Potion or Snecko Potion? Snecko Potion is gonna just like bail us out of one fight. With the Corruption especially, so I'm gonna save that. That's good. Flame Barrier, then put Corruption in play, or do I put Feel No Pain in play here? I need to put Corruption in play. Not bad. Delicious. Can we eat the avocado? I believe we can. Let's see, 33 plus 31. Delicious. How's that for a block card? Impervious. Perfectly pairs with corruption. Says gain 30 block. Card draw is a little hard to find. I'm hoping that we encounter a Dark Embrace at some point. That's my like dream card right now. I also desperately need to upgrade corruption, but I think we can get away with an elite fight first.
This council is pleased to see our continued support of this project has been worthwhile.
Hey Sas, thank you so much for those 3 months of Twitch Prime support. Greatly appreciate that continued council funding in return. Enjoy a shiny new defect energy badge and the renewed smug sense of superiority. I'm gonna go ahead and stack a whale here. Draw 5 cards and randomize the cost of cards in my hand. With the goal being getting me to corruption faster. Or just drawing something strong enough here. Okay, we got a 0 cost Inflame, a 0 cost True Grit. 3 cost Feel No Pain, 2 cost Feed. Let me play that. I think I'm gonna do Shockwave True Grit. Feels a little mediocre. Will I also attack Potion? On this turn, yes. It's 23, where is this gonna be? 5 times 4. Carnage is better, okay. Okay, did not lose feed, good. Still not the greatest turn one, but we're not taking too much here. Hurts to Fiend Fire these cards. I really can't allow myself to become entangled. That would be bad. That buff the Slaver was applying would prevent us from attacking on this turn, which, given that our entire hand is attacks, would have been perhaps disastrous. So our final goal is to feed on the Taskmaster here. I want to... 7... Damn it. Go around again? Dang. We'll try going around. We're only getting 1 wound added? 2 wounds added. And I wanted to have meat on the bone anyway. Let's see if we can get it lined up. Also need to lower your health, sir. There we go. White Beast Statue gives us a potion after every combat reward, and we get our Snecko Oil back, which is great. I think Snecko Oil is very good in this deck. Metallicize helps us block a little bit better, which is kind of tempting, but we mostly want to get the Corruption in play. Maybe I'm passing here. I think rather than fighting another elite, I'm going to upgrade the Corruption. Wait, just go for another elite. We can probably just take on another elite here. Yeah, we'll get everything we need upgraded. Go this way. Get on the bone. Meat on the bone. Distilled Chaos. Play the top 3 cards of our draw pile. And another Sword Boomerang Plus. Stop offering me those. How many? We've seen 3 Sword Boomerang Plus. It's too many. Could take a Fire Breathing, letting us do 10 damage to all enemies when we draw a curse or status card, but we don't have too many of those. And there aren't too many fights on this Ascension level that add a lot. Which non-boss relic warps how you play the most? For me, probably Pocket Watch, as it has a dramatic impact on how I'm going to choose my cards and how I'm going to play any given turn. Ooh, Anger. Anger, Headbutt, Warcry. Okay, so that lets me get the Feel No Pain into play this turn. Even better. Havoc. No, Shockwave, then Havoc. I knew that was going to happen. I knew we were going to hit Corruption, of all things, off the top of that. Dang it. Well, this is fine. Blah. When Necronomicon gets added back into your hand after being played with blue candles, that count as drawing a curse. No, Markov Brain, because it is being put directly into your hand. So you don't actually draw it. According to the game's logic. Awkward. Want to eat. Can Headbutt Havoc Pommel Strike, but then it just dies. Havoc blindly. Cool, good enough. I am willing to take 10 because I'm meat on the bone. Actually, maybe I wanted to set that up better. Yeah, I think we lose. No, this is perfect, right? This worked out perfectly. Yeah, this worked out perfectly. Yeah, that was flawless. Okay, sweet. Definitely did that on purpose. Completely 100% did that on purpose. Smooth Stone's great. Gives us 1 dex, making our 3 block cards block for 1 more each. Block cards are not actually a large part of our block, but they help. Does make this Iron Wave a little bit better here. Yeah, Calipers either does nothing or everything. My problem with Calipers, or the thing I struggle with most with Calipers, is remembering that I have them. When I've found them early in a run, and they haven't been relevant, and, like, maybe in the Act 2 boss fight is the first opportunity I get to overblock by 15, and I completely forget that I have them. Peace Bite lets us toke cards, removing them from the deck at rest sites. We spot a loose brick within a pillar. Catches our eye. I don't remember what's in here. Something decent. It's a clash. You find a folded note in a card. It reads, "The heart awaits." This is your handwriting. Take and give. Receive Clash and store a card. I'm going to store feed. And in a future run, we're going to be really happy that we found that. Setting my future self up for success. We're in a pretty good position. We have 97 max health and meat on the bone. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we can toke the Clash too if we don't want it. If. I welcome the confusion. Our deck's kind of expensive, quite frankly. I would really enjoy an actual Snecko Eye. Really enjoy an actual Snecko Eye. Could just KO, but I would like to take a little bit for meat on the bone value. How do I set that up? Oh, I have Feel No Pain 6. I see. Hold on. Forgot I had 2 of those. You need to take... Let's see, half of 97 is slightly below 50. I need to take like 5. Eight and 5 are basically the same.
Excellent work, Commander. This council is pleased to see our continued support of this project has been...
For free! Thank you so much for those 2 months! Twitch Prime support. Greatly appreciate the choice to continue supporting the channel. In return, enjoy that renewed smug sense of superiority. Feel about second wind versus wind strike. Wind's kind of a way to block. Although, ideally, we're blocking with everything that's not an attack card anyway. What is our Snecko Eye strat with this deck? Play Corruption, gain 12 strength, play Fiendfire. That's our entire strategy. Take a second wind. I need an energy potion. Super duper want to upgrade Corruption on 3 energy. It's a little tough to get into play sometimes. World's okayest Fiendfire? Not today. Everything else in this hand. So I can headbutt. What am I headbutting here? Mostly attacks remaining. Awkward. That's very awkward. That. If I Havoc at second wind, it'll exhaust Infernal Blade. Am I okay with that? Yes. Alright, goodbye. So long, farewell. Akabiko makes our first attack each combat deal 8 additional damage. That is so good with so many of the cards we have. Whirlwind, Fiend Fire, Pummel, Sword Boomerang all receive the benefit from this multiple times. Ridiculously powerful pickup here. Clash Plus. Second copy of Clash. Collection of all the underwhelming Ironclad cards plus Corruption. And you know what? Turns out that's good enough. That's all it takes. Still missing that Dark Embrace, though. Second Clash is like, okay. Okay. One more combat or an event? One more combat. More combat. Like that. 22 times 4. Almost KOs the Chosen. Take 4 damage. Alright, we'll do that. Still want to take a little bit more for meat on the bone anyway. Which I'm going to do not now. Bonk. Disarm plus. Enemy loses 3 strength. Yeah, I'll take that. That's going to be really good for a number of different situations. Fighting Bronze Automatons, so this weak potion might indeed be relevant. Distraction, Infernal Blade, White Noise. How do I rate them versus each other and as a whole? Infernal Blade is reliable damage, and it triggers nice exhaust synergies with Ironclad. Distraction is really, really unreliable. And while it does cute and powerful things sometimes, it can give you a free nightmare, for example. Most of the time, Distraction is pretty thoroughly weak. To clarify, the 3 cards being asked about are the 2 counterparts for Infernal Blade here. Silence, one that gives you a random skill, and Defects, one that gives you a random power. White Noise is great. White Noise is usually scaling. It's a little unreliable exactly what it can give you, but White Noise has reasonable odds to give you a Echo Form or a Bias Cognition at 1 or 0 cost. So they're all quite powerful, although a little unreliable, and Distraction ends out the worst of the 3 by quite a large margin. I did the math on it one time, and like the odd you have no expectation of what you're getting with Distraction. Like a good third of the time, it gives you a completely useless card. It's about 25% chance to give you block, like 15% chance to give you some kind of damage, about 15% chance to give you like card draw. It's all over the place in terms of what it can give you, whereas Infernal Blade, it's like the card you're gonna get will do damage. So you can count on it to do something. Distraction's just too random, it feels like. Unless it's Clash and you can't play it. Yeah, then you can end up in an awkward situation. Am I toking something? I'm almost ready to toke this Flex. But it's a skill, so I don't care about it that much. If I was going to upgrade 1 card in this deck, what would it be? Either Feel No Pain, or Whirlwind, maybe? Could upgrade a Limit Break. Might do something. True Grit's not a bad upgrade choice either. I think I would Toke before I would upgrade True Grit, though, quite frankly. Toke the Fiendfire, smiley face. Maybe I upgrade the Flex. You know what? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Instead of removing Flex, I'll upgrade it. I have the energy. I could actually just like set up Havoc onto the Corruption to save an energy, but I have spares, so I'm not going to bother. Let's get the powerful stuff into play immediately. That on top for next turn. I could play it. Turn. Damage to all enemies X times. More than 13. I'm gonna go Flex. Whirlwind. Rest in pieces, Brave Orbs. Let the pummeling begin. Okay, just obliterate this nerd. Yeah, it's not gonna get to Hyper Beam. Sorry. GG. G freaking G. Not even close. It's kind of savage, truthfully. Havoc Whirlwind costs nothing, that's right. So if you hit an X cost card with Havoc, it will play it at your current energy, but will not actually use energy. So Havoc into a Whirlwind is a really powerful combination. Okay, a couple very good options here. Juggernaut deals damage to a random enemy every time we gain block, which is a neat way to scale our damage. Otherwise, Offering is just a really good way to accelerate this deck. Lose 6 health, gain 2 energy, draw 3 cards, and exhaust. You'd go greedy and pick Demon Form? I'm probably gonna take this Offering, because of how immensely powerful card draw is in any deck with a Corruption. Give me that. Plus we have the meat on the bone to help sustain it. Oh. Well then. Runic Pyramid says, at the end of your turn, you no longer discard your hand. We're dropping a few frames. Full frames. My bitrate is doing weird things. Bitrate? Hello? You take the Velvet Choker. Gain an energy at the start of our turn. We cannot play more than 6 cards per turn. Or the Black Star, giving us an extra relic from elites when we defeat them. Pyramid is... This is one of the strongest pyramids I've seen. Second Wind with Pyramid is great. Impervious is great. Eruption is amazing. We can line up the Akabiko. Got Fiendfire and all sorts of nonsense going on. This is a very good Runic Pyramid. And we won't be too worried about the energy, mostly because of this Corruption, making everything free for us. Choker can definitely feel limiting Flexibiting. It's a great relic, because you often don't need to go off in crazy directions to win. You just need to play some solid cards every turn. And the Choker can really enable you to do that. In particular, Choker is one of my favorite ways to start an Ironclad run, is to get a Velvet Choker from Niao. Yeah, the pyramid means I can flex limit break really reliably. It's gonna be very, like, it will enable so much nonsense. Streamer, it's pronounced friend fire. Is this an E-rated game? I don't think that's true. Is it? What are you rated? Are you even rated at all? Does the ESRB rate games on Steam? I don't think it does. Looking at the store page now. Let's see. What direction do we want to head? It's on Switch, so it has to be rated. Gotcha. Well, then it is. Then it is. How many elites do I want to fight? 3 is... No, I can fight 4. Let's do 4. Four fights with elites and no upgrades. I'm down for that, truthfully. Let's do it. Rated F for F's in chat. I see. I understand. Am I overthinking this? Yes. Was definitely overthinking that. Heavy Blade's a little expensive. We have a Sword Boomerang Plus, which is basically better. It's actually more damage than that. Sword Boomerang Plus is more damage than Heavy Blade. And the Heavy Blade's more expensive. Tobacco reference. Well, I mean, like... Well, it's a peace pipe. Which is a reference to, presumably, like, you know... some certain Native American traditions, which were... Well, those did include tobacco use, right? But, a lot of different things were used in... Yeah, like peyote, or some other Native American herbal concoction. We could take a power through here. I think that would be okay. Not, like, great, but okay. Because of the second win. Lex Thunderclap? Sword Boomerang, Headbutt, or maybe the Infernal Blade? Let's see what the Infernal Blade is. Rampage. Okay. Should be able to KO one of these. Bit of a corruption waiting room a lot of times, this deck. And that's okay. Nice. Was it better to Sword Boomerang first there with Akabiko? It was more total damage to... Well, not quite actually. So here's the way I looked at it when I was evaluating that one, Carissa. Sword Boomerang hits 4 times, so it benefits from Akabiko 4 times. Thunderclap hits 3 times, because there's 3 enemies, so it benefits 3 times. And it applies the vulnerable first. So is 8... The question is, are we going to get more than 8 damage out of the vulnerable being first? And the answer is yes. We will indeed. Is Thunderclap into Whirlwind? That's what? 32, 42. Need 47 to KO the middle one here. But I have Corruption, so we're fine. I have Corruption, so we're fine. Fair enough. I was mostly curious of the to the fact of the matter for Perley. Havoc Plus is nice. Just like lets us play stuff if we're stuck. I'm down. Also take Bloodletting, but eh. I'm a lot less interested in Stecco Oil now that we have a Runic Pyramid, huh? Yeah. A lot less interested. Alrighty, store. Let's take a look at what you got. Before I take a closer look at the store and make my purchase decisions, I'm going to take a short break, refill my water, stretch my legs. When I return, more Slay the Spire ladder climbing action. Thanks in advance for your patience, everybody. And I will be right back. Alrighty, everybody, we have returned. Thank you so much for the patience. Let's see, what have we got in this store? Gurya is immediately catching my eye. Hold on. Here's my intended routing. I was originally intending to hit 4 elites with no fires, which means we wouldn't get to lift a lot. Is there a way I could lift 3 times? No. Okay, so probably not going to buy Gurya because I can't actually use it. Strength would be great with this deck. For that reason, maybe we take a Sling of Courage. If we're intending to take the 4 elite route, then gaining 4 additional strength will allow us to bonk them quite heartily. We have 2 free strength, which we can immediately start to limit break. Also afford a card removal, which would be Flash? Maybe? Maybe. We're taking a dramatic entrance on purpose. There are reasons to want it. It's like okay if you have a bag of marbles or like a dead branch is a good enough reason to take a dramatic entrance, truthfully. Do I think Sling of Courage should also give me strength on boss fights? When the relic was first introduced, I thought it should give you strength on boss fights instead of on elite fights, because then it would be at least something that you're guaranteed to get use out of, but I fight so many elites nowadays, and the reduction to 150 gold cost of shop relics has really upped Sling of Courage in my evaluations, and I do think it's a pretty good pick a lot of the time now. Which is why I'm taking it here. Gain gold or gain gold and a curse? Well, it's gonna be a really long time until I can put that money to use, unless I change my routing. Let's take the gold. Tiny chest gives me a nunchucks. Every time we play 10 attacks, gain 1 energy. Neat. Uh-oh. I was hoping to Akabiko something like AoE. This is acceptable, if not ideal. It's gonna take the 9. It's gonna take the 9. Curious turn, this one. There's a lot of ways to play this. I can use Warcry to put any card on top of my deck and then Havoc to play it for free, so we can play this Impervious for free here if we want to. Seems reasonable to do, given that I almost called her Hexaghost. Reptomancer is attacking for 16 times too. Akabiko. Our first attack each combat deals 8 additional damage. Like, that's what gives me the vigor buff you're seeing at the start of each combat. It's named after some legendary red cow from Japan. A lot of the relics in Spire have Japanese origins, or inspirations, or names. Kind of interesting. How much damage do I need to block if I just want to not take anything here without killing the dagger? We would need to block for 32 plus 25. 57 plus 9 is 66. A second wind would do that. I don't have to play Offering. I'm not losing that much value. Alright. Heal. Helio. Gonna headbutt Havoc, and then Havoc. Frames, we're having a few frame drops tonight. Kind of a little odd, so this probably looks a little choppy, huh? And try restarting with a different server at the end of the run, if it's still being weird. I am dropping, like, a lot? Frames? Interesting. Ink Bottle. Whenever we play 10 cards, draw 1 card, and a Cultist Potion, which gives us 1 strength per turn. Which is hecking strong. There it is, Dark Embrace. Plus, whenever a card is exhausted, draw 1 card. Oh, everybody's having problems tonight? Because usually I'm the one with internet, like my own internet problems. But I would believe if Twitch was having problems. And this is, yeah, like, on my end, this is showing as a different kind of problem than our usual internet troubles, so it's good to hear confirmation. that it is, like, actually different somehow. Because normally OBS does not, like, whatever normally happens here, OBS does not report as frame drops, but we're actually getting reported frame drops today. Okay. Did I even want that? Probably still, yeah? Probably still. I mean, I'm not going to turn it down. That's for sure. Do the old Havoc the Whirlwind trick. Seems good to me. So Dead Branch, of course, says whenever we exhaust a card, add a random card into our hand, which we'll quickly end up with a great deal of. Might make it awkward at times. Flash is certainly a lot less playable now, yeah. That is definitely true. So we'll often end up like this, where we have a hand of 10 cards that are all tough to play. This might actually be worse than the previous version of the deck. There's Limit Break. Took your time. There we go. A little bit awkward, but not too bad. If I could upgrade armaments, it'd be good. As it stands, not so much. Yeah, I'm fine without any of that. Self-forming clay. Whenever we lose health, gain 3 block next turn. Another very, very good relic. Extremely good. Some damage, take some damage. Our Twitch cannot handle the frames. Bunkas. If you're getting weird frame drops or terribleness, it's not just you. It is not just you. Oh yeah, there is something weird going on Twitch. Just like looking at view counts on people. Everybody has that frame rate? Like, everybody watching me or everybody on Twitch? Either implication is terrifying. That is way more damage than I'm actually ready to handle. Actually, wait, 17 times 9 is 153. Strike Dummy. Cards containing strike deal 3 extra damage. I'll take a Pummel Plus. The Twitch Glitch Witch. Alright, I'm gonna try switching... Yeah, is it continuing to do the droppy thingy? We're stable at the moment. Alright, if we drop another big chunk of frames, I'll restart the stream and see if that helps. It might not. Do we take a curse here, like on purpose? I don't think so. Block we gave it. Apparently. Seems like a lot of block. Exhausting number of cards in your hand. Hold on, that's really good with this deck, right? Like, that's a differently shaped Gambler's Brew, essentially. I like it. Take that over the Distilled Chaos. Hard drops, smart drops. If I can, like, completely gloss over them, I might have. I'd believe it. Wow. Turn, your next card is played twice. I will super take a second copy of Corruption. We're very much in Corruption waiting room on most turns, so having a second copy lets us get it into play earlier. This is one of the rare situations where the second copy of Corruption seems like a really, really good idea. Let's do it. Do I want this dupe potion? Dupe limit break? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. This is a little awkward. A little bit awkward. Get stuck with only attacks in hand. We could have a really bad day here. No! Oh my god, I should not have played that. Oh my goodness. I should really not have played that. I was looking for block there off the Feel No Pain. Good lord, that was terrifying. Hold on. Slow it down a minute. Do not die to the spiker. Me. Thank you. Okay, limit break. Heavy blade. Cool. I was really worried we'd die there for a second. Slow my roll. That's what happens when you get it, like, the habit of just clicking on cards when you have a dead branch. Almost really punished me there. I think we'll be okay against Giant Head, but, yikes. Extremely yikes. Cool, found corruption already. This. Barricade? Shouldn't have. Alternately, I can just do this. Flame Barrier feels good. Ancient Potion could be nice as well. Not sure what we're looking for here, art-wise now. As far as best potions and stuff, I think the Cultist Potion's still pretty valuable. Blocking Vulnerable is really important, so we're gonna take that. So many good potions. Alright, we have 44 hit points to fight Time Eater with. How will this battle go? Bit of a sketchy turn one here. Disarm definitely goes a long way towards making Time Eater hit me less hard, though. Let's see what Warcry gets. Don't have a Havoc. Break. I'm gonna play the Trurit, though. Okay, there's a corruption. Good. Unfortunately, we have no Feel No Pain. We might actually be in really big trouble here. Yeah, maybe this is where we have to use our elixir. Don't disagree with that. I think we're in quite a dangerous situation right now. Now it's even worse. Ish. Double Flex Limit Break. Gain 6 strength here. By Double Flex Limit Break, we put the clock to 8. Last card is a Fiend Fire, which is definitely the best card in our hand right now. Should shrink down a little bit. Can't see that. Oh, that's why I was over here. I remember being over here, and I forgot why. Main problem here is that our next turn is not much better than this turn. Like, we'll have all the same cards in hand. These are not skills that we'll exhaust, for the most part. I think we double flex this turn, double flex limit break this turn, hope for something next turn. Did not want another demon form, but thank you. Okay, Impervious is very nice, and I appreciate you. So we go Corruption Impervious. Havoc. These two... Okay, that's 4 cards. Corruption Impervious Havoc. Perfect. Perfect. We got Feel No Pain in play. Perfect. Okay, we are now safe. But that was a little bit sketchy for a second. Just for a second. Nice. That means I can play Barricade. Would like to play Barricade. Thank you. Alright. Yeah, we're, I think we're fine now. Now we can commence the silly stuff. Boop. GG Time Eater. To thump, a deep pulsing dread can be felt throughout the room. Is this the heart of the Spire? The source of these randomly generated cards? Is this an upgrade on a Feel No Pain? Or Toke? Actually, super down to Toke cards. We really just want to find the important stuff. How's it going, Ares? Not just Corruption Dead Branch, but Corruption Dead Branch Runic Pyramid, which is making it a little bit scarier than normal. Not 2 bosses at the end of Act 3, only on Ascension 20. We're currently on only Ascension 4 during our ladder climb challenge here. Get out of here, Clash. Get the Ghana. Ooh, orange pellets. Kind of neat. Juggernaut and Power Potion, also both kind of neat. Certainly want to take a card removal here. Hey, no worries. There's so many things going on in a average run of Slay the Spire. It can be hard to keep track of them all. Now what do I toke? Probably one of these attacks that I don't want. Maybe Pummel? Yeah, Lantern here is okay. Extra energy on turn 1 is definitely welcomed. Belt says if you play a powered attack and a skill on the same turn, remove all of your debuffs. I'm gonna get used out of that. We will definitely take a Power Potion. I'm gonna take the Jug? I'm gonna take the Jug. And we're gonna go with a card removal on... Remove a... I almost want to remove Infernal Blades. They're kind of awkward with the Dead Branch. Amazingly. Take one out. That's all I need to do here. Alright, the Elites before the Hearts. For Corruption on turn 1, so that's definitely appreciated. That is definitely appreciated. Frames? Debating whether we use a power potion here. Not too many powers that would save us at this point. Ooh, spicy. You know, sometimes things just work out in your favor. That was incredible. That was really lucky. Skull. Pure skill, by the way. Yeah. Pure skill. Yeah, the surprise energy there came from nunchucks, and I'm totally gonna pretend I knew that was gonna happen when I played the sword boomerang. Yep, totally knew that was gonna happen. Totally knew. We have nothing to line. Well, incense, ink bottle, and nunchucks, I suppose, in theory, could be lined up to some extent, but might be a little lazy there. Would I choose between $100 and winning Ascension 16 Plus with Defect? I would like to win with Defect, please. I think I would pay $100 for that. 100 per attempt, though. If I lose on the Ironclad and Silent, I'd be embarrassed after paying that much. But I think it'd be worth it. We should increment our ink bottle a little bit before we play the Killing Below. We're both on 7. Eternal Feather. For every 5 cards in our deck, heal 3 health when we enter a rest site. Well, thanks. Armaments Plus is alright. We'll take one of those. With a Pyramid, especially. 6 Metallicize is sweet. Probably better than a Power Potion. Then we have Cultist Potion, so we have 6 block per turn, 1 strength per turn, and immunity to the nastiest debuff the heart does. Take that over a random power. It's gonna draw Corruption turn 1 anyway. Easy. Easy game every time. Regain block, deal 5 damage to a random enemy. Sure. We don't need to play this disarm. Do I want to put a Dark Embrace in play? Yes, I do. I guess I am playing this, actually. Yeah, there's a Feel No Pain. That we need to play. Flame Barrier casually returns 90 damage to the heart. We're being attacked for the whopping total of 31. My god. So much damage. Ooh, we double tapped the pummel that was on top of the deck. Got him. Freaking got him. Here I say it brutal. Brutality. Double brutality. $34 damage for each card exhausted. Blurp. GG. GG. Music, hello? Hello, music. No? No? Okay. Well, victory. That's a pretty good run. Dare I say it. The Dead Branch with the Runic Pyramid was a little bit awkward, but it definitely was filthy strong. There was a world where we died to Time Eater, by the way, after that turn 1 draw. If the draw order of the deck and the generation from Dead Branch were not cooperative, it would have been possible that we died on turn 3 of that fight. So I was a little bit worried there, but we came out ahead as soon as Impervious and Corruption got into our hand. It was completely fine. GG. Alrighty, before I jump into another run, I'm gonna reboot the stream, change servers. This will only take a second. It'll just look like the stream cut out again, but we've been dropping about 3% of frames. So I'd like to try to fix that. So the stream will go down, be down for like 10 seconds, and then come back right up. See you in 1 sec here.